Do a review on comparison of the new version versus the old. So what I'm going to talk about is the Magnum PI TV show that's currently on CBS and compare it to the old TV show from the 1980s. Now, what drew me into Magnum PI was a very long time ago. This is more of my dad's generation than my generation, but I guess we could count mine in since we were teenagers. And I will say that Tom Selleck was one of the actors that I looked up to. Now, Don Johnson, too, and Ted Danson, who played Sam Malone on Cheers. What I liked about, not to get too far from this subject, is to elaborate quickly. What I liked about the three actors there, what I liked about Don Johnson's character from Miami Vice, was not just the cars and the clothes and the women, but I liked Don Johnson's character, Sonny Burnett Crockett, because of the toughness. He was a tough guy. So he brought a toughness image to inspire me to be a tough guy, you know, in my own right. Courage, as they say. The Ted Danson character, he's supposed to be a good-looking guy in his 30s and 40s, and he owned the bar. He had a lot of stories, joined the sports, that kind of thing, and he had problems along the way. He was a ladies' man. I sort of had a little black book myself in my younger years. We had more hair, of course. Now I kind of have the Lex Luthor look or the Vin Diesel look. But he inspired confidence in me. You know, Don Johnson, Sonny Crockett was toughness, tough guy. Ted Danson, Sam Malone inspired confidence to talk to women and talk to people and be outgoing and dress. I mean, recent years I've dressed laid back. That's because I got married, so I've been tamed, as they say. So yeah, Sam Malone's character kind of inspired confidence. And then the Tom Selleck character inspired maturity and knowledge and life and service, that kind of thing. The Magnum, Thomas Magnum, of course my name is Thomas too, not Magnum, but Thomas. So that's why I joined, one of the reasons why I joined the Navy. I did want to be an officer, but the military, you know, sort of didn't pan out. But you know, I got about 2 years out of it, so I can be proud that I served my country. So, them three actors, Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and Don Johnson, inspired me as a young man to be the man I am today. I didn't really watch the whole. I mean, I started getting into. I watched little bits and pieces of it when it was on TV, the original show. When I was living out in the Midwest, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes here when I would hang out with my friend Pete. His mom was big on Tom Selleck and Magnum PI. But it wasn't until I moved out in New York, and I was 17, and the 8th season was about to come on. They had September 30th of 1987 was when I really got into Magnum PI. I became a fan because I watched the season 7 finale of a Magnum PI, and that, you know, and it was called the name of the episode was called Limbo, and there was no narration. He was in a warehouse, and he trying to make it to the exit, and he got shot, and then he becomes a ghost, and he's revisiting all of his friends. And the show, I guess, was supposed to end on that, but I guess the fans demanded to have another season, so I'm glad that they added season 8. And to this day, I know it's kind of ends on a sad note, but I kind of got into John Denver because of that one song, Looking for Space, that kind of thing. But it was on that day and that episode is where it got me hooked on Magnum PI, just like Miami Vice and Cheers. So, and then eventually Frasier. So, what I liked about the original show was the cars, the setting. You know, I liked how he portrayed the Vietnam vets in a positive way, and um, you know, the new show had 3 seasons. Has had 3 seasons so far. I haven't gotten to the finale, but I'm getting there. You know, right now I'm just watching movies, but little by little I do watch the remaining episodes until season 4 comes out of the new show. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. So, yeah, season 3 I heard of the new show ended off really nicely, pretty cool, and season 3 of the original show had this guy called Ivan. He was a Russian agent, and yeah, the ending of the finale of season 3, like season 7, was pretty intense. You hear a thing stops and you hear a gunfire, you know. So, yeah, I was back in 82, 83. That was a pretty intense season of the original Magnum PI. So I was pretty intense. Yeah, after season 1 of the original show, from season 2 to 8, it just got intense. You know, the show got more and more interesting and drew you more in as each season passed on. By the end of season 8, it left a lot of people wondering if Magnum truly went back to the Navy or if he was just on reserves. I think in both shows he was a reservist. So maybe he was a reservist and he decided to go back in the Navy full time. I don't know. I suspected that John Higgins was Robin Masters. I think so. It just, but then in one episode, in the earlier seasons, they had a Robin Masters that wasn't Higgins. So I don't know. Maybe the Thomas Magnum got it all wrong. So yeah, it was a good show for its era, and I like the 308 GTI. You know, today you can pick up one of them cars for, now they're going up in value, but for like 5-10 years ago, you could pick them up for 40 grand, 35,000. But now they're very valuable. So, and because of Vice and Miami Vice and Cheers, I got into sports cars, not just because of my uncle, but because of them shows. So my cars are Corvettes. I sort of like Mustangs. I used to be big on Mustangs, but I like Corvettes and I like Ferraris. But I like Lamborghinis too, and I've even gotten into like motorcycles too. But now we're gonna stick to Magnum PI. Like I said, I go off topic sometimes. So going back and mainly talking about the original show, I thought it was very well done. All the characters had good chemistry. You know, the actors really. Tell you, the guy who played John Higgins, I didn't know he was Texan. Boy, he put a good English accent on, I'll tell you. So, I heard what they did with the original site where they did the filming. Yeah, it's been demolished, unfortunately. But you can always go back to watch the old episodes. The memories are there, you know. So that's the nice thing about TV; it's timeless. So I recommend, if you really are a big Magnum fan of the new show, you should watch the original show, and you really appreciate both versions. Now, with that being said, I want to elaborate a little more on the new show. And like a lot of fans, I was a little skeptical. Thomas Magnum in the original show is a Caucasian guy. In the new show, it's Thomas Magnum is he's a Spanish guy, Spanish American. And he was a little shorter than Tom Selleck, and he had a motique, and yeah, people I was a little skeptical at first when it was announced. I mean, for years and years and years, Tom Selleck and all the actors that did the original show were going to come back and they were going to do a movie, and then time passed and nothing happened. So eventually, CBS stepped up to the plate, and yep, 2018. It was kind of like 30 years later, the mantle was picked up. You know, like they took some time off, and then it was like old friends came back. You know, characters at least, but in younger reincarnation. And first couple episodes, it's hard to adjust. I mean, I didn't imagine Higgins being a woman, but then it was nice. It was a nice twist. I wonder if they're going to bring John Higgins in there. So maybe they'll have John Higgins be Juliet Higgins' brother, who's in a different branch of the British intelligence. Because Juliet is intelligence, MI6. So after watching most of I watched the first season. It was good. The second season, it was good but kind of long, and the third season so far, I mean, the midway is kind of like it kind of petered out a little bit, but then I don't know. It's just weird how Higgins and Magnum are, you know, it's a relationship thing. And it's weird. I hope they got to be very careful with the romance thing, you know. So we'll see what happens. But I like how things have developed. I like the location. I do like the new improved Ferrari. I know Tom Selleck was very unhappy when they showed footage of the 308 GTI being destroyed. That had to be something very personal to Tom Selleck. It's cool to see that the original Rick, the guy that played in the original series, he plays a different character. And then the original guy that played the original TC, he plays a barber. So I'm holding out hope that Tom Selleck will come down a little bit and, you know, do a cameo, play his Blue Bloods character, and just like they did with Hawaii Five-0. It's cool that they were able to get Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum together. You know, even it was like 2 or 3 episodes. But the original show, I give an A for originality, music, and style and everything. The new show, I'd say about the same. The only thing I feel like sometimes it's like repetitive action, but in terms of how they handled the characters and everything, it's worked out very well. I think it's developed in their own. The new show is developed in its own right. So, if you're a big fan of the show, both versions, you just take it for what it is. It's entertainment. It's fun. It's nice to look at because it's filmed in Hawaii. It's based in Hawaii, and I did like in season 3 they touched on the issues of like suicide and stuff. So, in its own right, you know, for the time period, the present, it's a good show that works. If you want to watch a good show, definitely check out the new Magnum PI. And for those who haven't seen the old show, the original, definitely check that out. It's worth it. You'll like it. So I give 2 thumbs up to both versions. So definitely worth the time to watch. So, but anyway, with that being said, till next time I review my next review, be safe and happy movie going or TV going. Take care and God bless and have a good day there. Oh, happy mahalo. Hopefully I got that right.